I'm not. Hey everyone, it's Lisa Bongean with Primitive Gatherings, and welcome to another Thursday Live at 1 o'clock. We have someone super exciting for you today. Linda Hrcka from Michigan has joined us, and we're going to talk about Wildflower Garden, which is behind me as well. We have two versions of it. The scrappy version is behind me, and Linda is finishing up quilting the contemporary version. So yeah, Kaylee, zoom in on that so they can see that. The one behind me was done, stitched, and quilted by Kathy Decker. And then Randy McCarty has another one. I think he just shipped his to me yesterday, so I'm kind of sad that we didn't get that for this as well, but we'll show it again. We'll show his as well. So that's what we're going to talk. That's our feature presentation today. But until we get to that, I'll put away my work that I was working on, and we will get into a few of, oh, I probably shouldn't have shown you that. A few of things that we have from the shop. Now, we have a bunch of new items that have not been on our website for the public to order. They are items that were in our wool boxes, and we kind of leave those for a while in the subscription, kind of as a courtesy to the people who sign up for the wool box, that, you know, somebody just can't get that project right away the same time they do, and we kind of reward them that they get exclusive designs for a while. But now it's time to show you some of those that we've been hanging on to for a while. So the first one, and this wasn't from a wool box, but so these are just new ones too that maybe we have done in a workshop as well. But these right here, I thought I could pick up that whole thing, but I think this is on there. Okay, these cool little trees are made with wool and have decorative embroidery stitching on them. These Winter Wonderland trees are $5 for the little one, $6 for the medium, $9 for the large, and then you can get 3 stands for $15 as well, or $6 for an individual stand. But these are super cute, and I think they'd look really good like next to your plaque, and then you have those as little accents as well. So Jenny from the Gathering and Ruby came up with this idea for our Winter Wonderland retreat, and I love it when somebody else comes up with something for one of our projects. All right, next up we have Cottage Garden, and that is this quilt right here. It is 32 by 32. The kit is $46. The pattern is $16. Now, our kits and patterns are separate now because of our POS system, right, Jess?
Yes, they
the
are.
kits just don't come with a pattern. They have to be kept separately, so that's why you'll see those two. And sometimes you might just want another kit for one of your friends if you're going to share a pattern, or if you already bought a pattern and didn't think you wanted the kit and couldn't find the supplies, so you can jump on and buy a kit or a pattern individually anytime. All right, Posy Party. Posy Party. What is Posy Party?
We don't have that one.
All right, we don't have that one. But Posy Party, I believe, is the mat that's downstairs on the kitting table, right? Jess?
Nope, it's all kitted. It's Cottage Garden out there.
Oh. So what's Posy Party?
It's a little wool mat.
Huh?
That's the one
Oh,
we
did
didn't
I miss
have.
getting that one?
Yeah, we missed one. We missed one. Okay, we'll come back to that one. She'll find it. Okay, Sunflower Penny Mat. That's this fun penny mat here. We all love pennies, and this is super cool fall looking one. And this kit is $36. Pattern only is $14, and it is 21 long.
You want to turn it towards the window? There.
And there's tutorials on our YouTube on how to stitch pennies and how to connect them without seeing any of those threads. So look for those stitch tutorials there. All right, Posy Party. Yes, this sample is sitting down on the kitting table right now. They must have been just finishing these up. 21 by 21 it is. And yeah, excuse me, I did that wrong. This one is $36. Pattern is $14. Sunflower Penny Mat is $45 and pattern is $12. So I got ahead of myself. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Like that? Okay. This is a fun one, kind of a cute shape, very easy to stitch. And could also be done on white, natural wool. I say white, loosely. All right, bee catcher. This is kind of a little caddy to house your needles, your clips, your scissors. It's got some embroidery on the back. Fun little gift too to make for all your quilting bee friends. Bee catcher, 6x6 is the size, $10 kit, $10 pattern. Give thanks. This is cute little runner for fall, 9x22, $22 kit, $13 pattern. That's kind of a weird price for a pattern. All right. So if you have any questions about anything, make sure you put it in the comment section. We do have a couple prizes today. There they are on my right here. So we have a couple spring things, and there we go. Charm pack and a bee kit for this guy here. So we have a kit that we're going to give away today for that as well. So please comment, and Jess will let me know the winners of that. All right, thread catcher. I don't have the thread catcher. I think I kind of reappropriated it back to my house on my chair. So it's a cute little thread catcher made out of wool and flannel. It's $7, $12 for the pattern. And you can do red, blue, gray, black, cream, any of those colors to choose from for your kit. So you'll see these all, are they all on a Live with Lisa button, Jessica?
Yes, they are.
Okay, so conveniently for you shopping all of our new items that you were not able to get before that you might have seen on Stitch with Lisa Bongean because the wool people were making them, they're all on a button for you on the site, Stitch under new, and then I think the button says Stitch with Live with Lisa. Okay, we got that. All right, Dogwood Days. Now this is a fun one. I really love this because I kind of recreated an old hanky that I found at the antique store. So this is my version of that hanky. So it came out really close. So I'm really happy about this. And this would be perfect right now for the upcoming month of March to put on your table for all things green. Now, Dogwood Days is 16.5 inches square. The kit is $16. The pattern is $13. Follow Your Soul. This one right here is a table mat or a pillow, 16x24. Kit is $32, and pattern just didn't give me that amount. So you'll see it when you go on if you like that one. Strawberry Ice Cream Tulip Runner. This is fun, big long tongues on it, 15x44. Kit is $82, pattern is $14. Tulips are going to be blooming soon. Can't be soon enough around here. It's snowing right now. And we don't get a lot. We don't get enough to have fun with it. It's just enough to just to be a pain in the butt lately. So I think I seen that we are 22 inches less than normal for snow here in Wisconsin. So, all right. So just before we get into the neighborhood. Do you remember the freebie from last year? It was called the neighborhood. So you got all these house blocks here and the bird block. Sorry, here. Oh, that was a good catch. So every other block you got free with your summer block of the week. And then the finishing kit is the melons, the flower blocks, and the flannel and binding. So if you did not order your finishing kit, this is a reminder right now that they are only going to be available until the end of March, and then we're going to turn them all into full kits. But we do have full kits now for this one. If you missed out on this one, it's $80 for the kit and $25 for the pattern. Okay? And that was our freebie from last year. I'm so excited because we're talking about all the blocks of the month and the summer blocks of the week and the freebies. We're going through that all right now. Planning. All right, Jess, do you want to give me should we just announce the winners at the end?
Sure.
Okay, all right, so we're going to go on now, and we're going to talk to, before I bring Linda on, I want to talk about just a little bit about Wildflower Garden here. This is is it a block of the month now?
Not yet.
Not yet. So soon this will be a block of the month, but we do have full kits for it that are ready now. And of course, if you do it all full kit in once, it's cheaper because we don't have to part it all out and ship it at all those different times. You pay a little bit for shipping each time we ship those to you. So sometimes if you can swing it, it's nice to buy it as a full kit. So I believe that those are on the website right now, just not the block of the month. So if you can get the full kit, those are there. And remember, you have two versions. You'll be seeing the contemporary version when I talk to Linda shortly. So those are your two versions, scrappy and contemporary. And let's see, do we have any other shop announcements that anybody knows of before we bring Linda on?
Nope.
All right, let's get to the party, the good part. All right, Linda's going to come on now, and we are going to talk to her.
Ready?
All right, I'm hoping to see her pretty soon.
There she is.
Yes, there I am. Can you see me?
Yeah, you're a little
Can you hear me?
staticky.
Okay. Let's see. Can you hear me now?
Better.
All right, you got
Is
me
it
off,
better?
right?
No, you're on. You gotta say hi.
Well, I do got to say hi, but I want
Hi.
to see her. I want to see who I'm talking to, and I got nothing.
I was like running on the other
All
side
right.
of the room. I
Is
was
Linda
like,
working
oh,
on her
shit.
static?
A little bit. She's a little staticky.
Okay.
Am I still?
Yeah.
Let's see. How about now?
It's okay.
It's
All right,
okay.
hang on. Can you get this on here for me?
Okay.
Hi.
Can you
All
hear
right,
me?
so everybody, this
Yeah,
is
I can hear you better.
okay. This
Okay,
is
I
Linda
can hear you.
Hrcka. She is the Quilted Pineapple. She quilts all my beautiful quilts with all the beautiful, beautiful, beautiful quilting on them. All right, so everybody, this is okay. This is Linda Hrcka. She.
Try that again.
So where are we?
This is Linda.
Okay. All right. You sure?
Mhm.
All right. So
I can
everybody,
see you.
this is Linda. Hi, Linda.
Hello.
All right, so Linda is from the Quilted Pineapple. She has been my master quilter all these years. We've been a pretty good team. We've won some fun awards. And wait, her quilting will speak for itself. I don't have to say another word about the amazing things that you're going to see. But I did send her Wildflower Garden, and she is finishing up quilting it right now. So Linda, what do you got to tell us first?
Oh, Scott was just texting me, so that's I was like reading a text that came up on my iPad. So yeah, I'm so glad to be here and share. I was cleaning all morning because when I work, it's a holy heckin' mess. So I have Wildflower Garden. Is that what it's called?
Yep.
I don't know the names until after the pattern's done. Usually, I don't see the names. So I was like, when I saw an email from Kaylee, I was like, I wonder what quilt that is. So, do you guys want to see the quilt right now, like where I'm at right now, and then we can answer questions from there? Does that sound like a plan?
Yes, that's a perfect
Okay.
plan.
Okay, perfect. I'm just gonna grab some of my things off right here, and then I can switch you guys. Just take me a second here. Hang on here. Cam. No settings. Camera. Camera.
because like I see a delay. Like I'm
Yeah.
the
She was trying to switch her camera over.
yeah.
Okay, can you see me now?
I can see the quilt.
You can see the quilt. Okay. How about, can you see me?
Yes.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes, perfect
Okay,
now.
good.
Yeah.
Okay, good, because I had my drawings and everything over here. So here is Wildflower Gatherings, and this is the contemporary version, right? Can you guys still see me?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. Okay. This is the contemporary version, right, Lisa?
Yeah, so what we mean by contemporary is it's just the color palette is very limited. It just has coral and aqua, black, and some taupe, and a little bit of gray.
Okay. Because I don't ever see the other versions. So just to get started, this quilt is super elegant and beautiful. I couldn't ask for a better palette to work on. I told Lisa that I wanted something with a light background. The last couple quilts I think were kind of dark backgrounds. So I said, send me something with a light background that you can really see the quilting, and we can go from there. So this quilt is a stunner. So I'm so lucky that I had this to work on. To start with, because I wanted the quilting, I think you guys can see it pretty good. Pretty
Yeah,
well?
it's beautiful, Linda.
Okay.
It gives me goosies seeing it.
So this quilt has, because I know I'm going to get some questions about the batting. There's 2 layers of batting here. It has Hobbs 80/20, and this is Quilter's Dream wool over the top of it. Because I really wanted the quilting to pop and show around here. There's a ton of beautiful applique, and I wanted the quilting to complement it, not compete with it, but not completely fall to the background on it. So that just really helps the quilting to show up on here. I typically do not, this is my machine over here, I don't know if you guys can see it, but I typically don't raise the hopping foot normally, but because due to the thickness, I did adjust it a little bit so that I could get over the wool applique and stitch around it. So beginning with the quilting, Lisa wanted me to talk about that I picked out of it, because I originally planned something a little bit different, and you can see my drawing. I take pictures of Lisa's quilts when I get them, and then I draw on them to kind of plan out what I want to do. It doesn't always work out. Sometimes they're better in my head and on paper than they are on the fabric, because this is flannel. So it's a dream to quilt. Your stitches always look beautiful. Lisa's flannels are the best. But because of that, sometimes they'll behave a little bit differently. Like the quilting won't, it'll have a lot more texture to it. So because of that, I changed the quilting. What I had, I ended up picking out, and that what takes me like 20 minutes to quilt out will take me like 3 days to pick out, unfortunately. So beginning with the quilting, I wanted to take her applique areas and kind of frame them. So when I'm looking at the open spaces, I'm looking at places where I can quilt. So around these blocks, you can see right here, I've added the banner with my templates, my rulers here. So I can go around the blocks, and then in the border, same thing. I'm framing out this and framing out these areas. So these areas really pop with Lisa's hard work, you know, her stitching, that beautiful stitching that she does. And I want that to frame it and to go around it. Regarding quilting the wool applique, if the pieces are larger, then I'll stitch right on them, and I use a monofilament thread. I like the company by YLI, and I sell it on my website. It's like a Whisper Touch monofilament thread. But I've been trying Aurifil, and I like it. I think it's a little shinier than what I've been using, but I like it. So I'll stitch on the larger pieces. I just go right on top of the wool and stitch on it. And then I use the clear monofilament to stitch around everything else. And then I go back and I'm using So Fine by Superior 50 weight to do all the other stitching. And I was going to say what color it was, but I don't see what I did with my thread. Hang on.
How do you do that?
Oh, there it is. 402 is the color. Superior is what I used on this. Did I lose you guys? Oh,
Linda, can you adjust your earbuds a little bit, like push them in a little bit?
Yeah. Are you having trouble hearing me? I'm sorry.
Yeah, just in the last little bit.
Okay, how about now? Can you hear me now?
No.
Is it better?
No?
How about now? Might be my internet. Can you hear me better?
No.
No. Okay, hang on. Let me see if it'll. Just a second.
Now I don't hear you at all.
Okay, hang on.
Okay, wait a minute. Now it's good.
Can you hear me better at all? No. How about now? Can you hear me now?
Good. Yes.
Can you hear me now? Good?
Yes.
You can hear it. Okay, good. Sorry about that.
No, it's something
When you're
weird.
live, you get all the Superior, did you get the 50 weight thread? This is the thread that I'm using on here. It's color 402. If anybody's curious about the cream colored one. So as I'm working around the thread, around the quilt, I will stitch around the appliques first and stitch in the ditch here. And then I'll move in and lay my large motifs. And then I go back and do all the fill. And then I'll work my way down the quilt. And I'll stitch around the appliques first, stitch in the ditch, and then go through and do my quilting. Regarding do I use my rulers and templates, I use them a ton on my quilts. And how I figure out which ones I'm gonna use is I lay them out and I kind of draw things out with my purple air erasable marker, and just to see how they lay out, and then I'll see how they fit. So this is a taller one because I want it to fill in that banner, and I didn't use that one over here. I actually grabbed, there they are. And then my next size down, I'll grab, here we go, so you guys can see. I'll grab the 15, and then the 20. So that's how I figure out. I just lay them out. There's really no rhyme or reason. This is a number 30 template there, and I'll just use different ones. I actually, on this quilt, used a couple of new sizes that I'm testing out to see how they do and everything. I'm kind of working them out. I needed some sizes that I didn't have yet, so I had Scott, who makes all my rulers and templates, my husband, and he actually makes some for Lisa too, but I had him busy doing some design work for me.
Can you tell them where to buy the rulers, Linda? They're asking.
Oh, yep. Mm-hmm. Yep, they are on my website, thequiltedpineapple.com. So they're on there. There will be some new ones. I'll show you. He's gonna tell me, he said not to show it, but this is like my largest size of my flex, which I'm using on here. And then there's this big giant. I was wearing it over my head because he was like wanting to choke me because it's so big. But it's really, it's the size I'm using on the outer edges here. And I'm using it for some of my spines on my feathers. So I needed him, I put him to work. I was like, I need a bigger size. I was like, one bigger size. So that'll be coming soon. As soon as I'm done working out all the keeps, because I try them all out first, and then we put them on the website itself. So there's a couple new sizes coming out of things, just not here yet. Let's see. I'm trying to think of what else that was. Regarding time, how much time does it take me? It takes me a while to like do the fill in and everything. Once I have like my layout like this, I will write measurements. Now the bottom border of this is a little bit different, so it'll be a little variation of this. Pretty much going down the sides is going to be pretty much the same. Now, because they're done by hand, they're quilting, things might not always be the same. So my quilting, just I adjust it to Lisa's piecing or Lisa's applique and stuff. So they're just like flowers in the wild. Everything isn't perfect. Like, so things might be a little bit different measurements on one border versus this border, and I just adjust my quilting to fill in for that. Because sometimes people, I'll get questions about, they aren't the same on each side. Well, our faces aren't the same on the, nothing's the same on both sides. So I just adjust things to make it easier for myself. The other thing that I do is, you'll see these pieces of paper. They're actually the lint roller sheets. I leave these on my quilt, so then when I cut threads, I just put them down on this, and it picks them up. I just cut a thread and I just lay it down on this, and when I fill it up, I throw it away. So that's what I do with just like that, so that it's easier for me and I don't have to move, or I don't have anything on my machine, or I just always have these sheets laying around over here. One thing I wanted to add too about doing the side, as you're working down the side of, can you guys still see me? Okay?
Yep.
Am I okay? So when I have my machine and I'm quilting on this side, the one thing that's nice is that I want to talk about that makes it easier for my rulers and stuff is I can use the inner corner. I don't have to go and hold, I never hold my rulers like this and go around it. A lot of times if you're using a curved ruler, if the inside and the outside are the same, you can't do that. So with this, I just take it and I can move it on this side, and then I can still hold with my hand and then drive my machine with my right hand like I always do. So I'm never like awkwardly holding things, and I can make that adjustment as I go down my borders. And then on the bottom's the same thing. It's easy to do a top border with your curves, but when you get to the bottom to hold it, it's nice to have that inside curve. Just makes my life a lot easier to go around things. When I go around the applique, do I use a ruler? Yes. If it's thick like this, I will use my little BFF to get around things, just to make it easier, because then I can push them down, and it doesn't distort Lisa's quilt. Let's see that I wanted to mention.
They love your tip on the dryer sheet.
Oh, on
The lint roller.
Look at, lint rollers are everywhere around here. Like, I have them all over my studio because I'm constantly using them, and I don't want to. If you guys see behind me, this is how I keep my rulers, my templates, because I don't like to put holes on my walls. So I have this like B-board, and then I can move it out of the way, and I can slide it with me. I can move it, so I'm not always like going to the end of my. If you have a table, if you have it, and they don't have to right now on Lisa's quilt, but I normally don't keep everything like that on the quilt, so then I can slide this board with me. Scott came up with that with me. I also have a cart, but I don't want to have to constantly, I can make my cart over here, but I run into it, I forget that it's there. So this just makes things easier for me. I have my little garbage here and my water bottles and things like that, but I tend to just keep this, so then I'm not moving. That's just another step, and it just takes time. I try to do everything as efficiently as I can. So that's my little, it keeps my area clean, and I don't have threads all over the place.
I do have a couple questions for you if you want to take a minute.
Sure.
All right, so one of their questions is do you have time to make your own quilts?
Yes and no. I go, I work on my own piecing. I try to work on it more often, like little time here and there. I probably stitch more in the winter. During the summer, like Lisa, we live in the Midwest. I live in Michigan. So if it's nice out, I'm outside and taking it all in when I have it, because I'm not a winter person.
So I tend to piece more. So I usually go on a retreat, maybe in the fall with some friends, or in the winter, and that's probably when I get things done. I piece. As far as custom quilting my own stuff, I have a few things that I have. I have a few things that are quilts that Lisa and I have done together that have come to live with me. I'd like to eventually. I'll get to that point where I'm, just custom quilting, like just, and I don't have to worry about that. But I'm a working girl, meaning that I have to support my family, so I have to make money. So I have to work, and eventually I'll get there. Like when I retire someday, when I'm 80, I'm gonna be like Betty White, still working. But right now, I put all my love into Lisa's quilts.
All right, another question. Can you use the rulers on a domestic machine?
Yep, you sure can. The only thing that you're gonna need is you're gonna need a ruler foot, just like I have a ruler foot on my Longarm. It's a 1/4 inch, so all of my templates and rulers are a 1/4 inch thick. If you have a low shank machine, sometimes you have a low shank machine, it might be an older machine, you can get a ruler foot. It isn't going to be a 1/4 inch foot. If you have a low shank machine, we make all of my rulers an 1/8 inch size. We have them as drawing templates, but you can get them in 1/8 inch size, and you can use those. Now, you can use the 1/4 inch on the low shank machines. You just won't be able to get it behind your machine as easily. So that's the only reason that we say you can use the 1/8 inch, but really technically you could use the 1/4 inch on 99% of things. So both sit down and longer.
All right. Do you have a favorite quilting design?
Feathers.
Feathers.
When in doubt, I always go back to, so 2 things that I do constantly are feathers and some type of probably curved cross hatching, or I use my templates and rulers. And when people ask me, like you said, what size do I pick out, because I get that question all the time, is I just lay out what I'm gonna need. So like if I want to reach from here to here, this is my number 20, and I know that I didn't use that there. I actually used one of my large curves, the 30, because I want to fit it from here to here. So like puzzle pieces, I'll just kind of lay them out and I'll look at them and I'm like, yep, there's the 30, gets me from this outer corner, and I take into consideration Lisa's binding. So I'm always like coming in assuming that there's going to be about a little over a 1/4 of an inch. So when I mark it, and then I know that my template's gonna go from here to here, and it is big enough. So I use my 30 for that.
Cool. All right, so this is a very popular question, and I'm gonna combine 2 of them. How long does it take you to quilt, or how many hours do you think it's gonna take to quilt this quilt?
So I always budget myself. I budget myself 80 hours for a custom quilt like this. If I come in less than that, that's a Christmas miracle. No, it's 80 hours. Usually I budget like 80 hours for it. Now I've taken 100 hours on Portland Rose, which is one of our quilts. It took me a long time, and that was earlier in my career with Lisa, so it probably took me longer anyways. But I budget 80 hours typically, so that might not be, that's just stitching, that's not planning, that's not me picking out, that's not me putzing around watching the television. Like, I try not to watch TV because I'll stop and I'll watch TV and I won't quilt. So I try to just listen to things or audiobooks. So there's probably a lot more time in there, like with loading and, once I get started and everything. But once I'm quilting, that's all I want to do. That I just want to do it until I get it done. And so it's very hard for me to stop at night. A lot of times my pictures will be at like 1:30 in the morning. I notice the time stamp. My pictures, and my family knows that when I'm working like that I don't want to do anything else either. So now that our daughters are in college, it's a little different, but Scott knows that the other night I went into the bedroom, I was like, you weren't going to say goodnight? He's like, you were working. so he knows not to interrupt and kind of things. Because once I'm in here, I'm in here. So I budget 80 hours. So I would say I always accommodate probably 80 to 100 hours, probably total,
Cool.
with like investment time and.
So, okay, another question. Where did you learn machine quilting?
So, I started Longarm quilting in 2011. That's when I met Lisa. I was machine quilting on my domestic just for myself, just putzing around. That's how I learned, was on my domestic machine. I didn't even know that Longarms existed. So when I first started my A1, this is my A1, I have another machine in Ova that I pretty much just run edge-to-edge stuff on the computer. But my A1, it's like my right arm. It doesn't have any bells and whistles. It has a stitch regulator, kind of. I don't really keep it on. I keep it on a cruise kind of mode, so it's not really all that regulated, but I just learned to use it. Jamie Wallen was my dealer, and so he was kind of my mentor when I first started as far as long arm quilting and everything. But basically, I just taught myself, just made myself practice all the time, just doodling, drawing and quilting, and my family will say, like, when we first got the machine, I was down there for hours. Sometimes I'd be really frustrated and just kept going at it. Now, as far as, I met Lisa pretty early on. I think I'd been quilting like maybe for like 6 months or so when I met Lisa, and that really, I really was quilting a ton then, but that was probably just learning on Lisa's quilt probably taught me the most of anything, just figuring stuff out, just trying to get from point A to point B. Sometimes I've, done things, gotten something on a quilt that I shouldn't have, or but just practicing, and that was early on. There wasn't probably the internet I mean, there was blogging and things like that, but Pinterest didn't come out till later, and all the YouTube stuff that's out there now, which is awesome for new quilters or videos or social media. I was just on Facebook. I just got on Facebook like 6 years ago. So that was it, pretty much.
All right, next question. How many quilts do you quilt in a year? So maybe you should talk about your edge to edge, because somebody did have a question about, do you like edge to edge quilting?
I do like edge-to-edge quilting in that it gives my brain and my body a break. The one thing about custom quilting is it is very, like, use your body. Like, I'm looking underneath my quilts, I'm ducking underneath, loading, this is much more rigor to your body, where loading your quilt and doing an edge to edge is nice. It gives me a break, and then that's a constant income stream for me as well, paying bills and things like that. So where a custom quilt, like, so I might have like 3 or 4 weeks, and then like in between, like, not having anything as far as that besides my sales, my website, of course. But so I love edge-to-edge quilting, and there's definitely a place for it in quilting, because not every quilt needs to be custom quilted. It's nice to get your quilts done. And then custom quilting, like something like this, you could do both. I mean, I've seen beautiful applique quilts, but we know that this is gonna be like a special quilt for Lisa, so I'm gonna custom quilt. So I do anywhere. It depends. I don't even know what. Like, I just started keeping better track of how many quilts I'm putting. I do a lot of quilts. A year.
Cool. So then they want to know if you're going to come to primitive gatherings and teach.
Yes, but we have to figure out our dates.
I think we had something in November tentatively. I don't think we firmed up on it yet.
In November, that's what we were looking at. So we're looking at tentatively in November. Like the beginning of November, right?
Yeah.
Like this second week or so, I believe we have to just iron down the dates. but yes, that would be awesome. That would be wonderful because that's probably the only place I'm going this year. So,
Yes, yes.
I've got-
I heard it from a little mouse that Scott might be coming to Wisconsin a couple times this summer. So hoping you can come as well.
Yes, I think he is. I think he is coming in August, but we might have I can't remember what his and Nick's fishing schedule is, so I don't know. Like, there might have been a conflict with me with one of them, but it didn't. Scott. So, anyways, yes, I have to get there because I haven't seen the new Primitive Gathering tour.
I know Linda
And
has
I'm
not
dying.
been here yet,
I
so
know.
I'm super excited for her to see it. So one of these days we're just gonna have to just
That's
schedule a little
probably
quilting
Primitive
retreat and you
Gathering
come.
is the only place that I'll be teaching, like leaving to teach. So
Yes.
um,
Well, yeah, I mean, and the big shows are cool, but I'd rather have you come here and teach, and then you make almost all the money
Yes.
instead of somebody else making the money.
Traveling right now is just it's kind of hard, I think, for people. I mean, the increased expense of if you're shipping your items, and travel has just been like crazy. So I would be worried about missing, like, what if your flight was delayed and I'd have to fly in like 3 days before the show, kind of a thing. I always drive it like way before, but just all the shows, they're a long drive. I don't know. That's kind of that would be a very difficult. I'd have to really look at pros and cons for me. Maybe getting local talent like closer to the big shows would probably be more economical for those. But we'll see.
So they want to know if you would consider having your own YouTube channel.
Yes, I would love to have a YouTube. My thing is I hate being in front of the camera. When Lisa asked me to do this, I was like,
We all do. We all do. But Linda, we don't do it for us. We do it for them.
But I'm way worse than most people. I'm like, my palms are like sweating sitting here. So, this is like my least favorite. I like to be, if I was just talking, you guys would never see me. But so that, and my big thing is like, I just need maybe like Scott and I can look into it, because Scott makes all my rulers and he helps me so much with like the orders and things like that, but everything else I pretty much do. So that's why you'll see I like disappear on social media, just because I'm doing so many things and I don't get around to posting, and I should. So that's just like another thing that I'd have to like look into when I my extra hour in my day.
It takes an army to do a lot of things. Even just to have a YouTube channel, you'd need like a little team. Like maybe when your daughters are out of college, if they live near you, they could help you.
Another, I would love to. It's just like when everything that goes on the website, everything, when I'm doing that stuff, I'm not here working, and I would rather be doing this part. If I could only do this part, I would be game for everything. But
yeah.
So yes, I would love to do all the things. It's not that I don't want to do it. It's just that I need, like, I think one time I figured out that I need like 6 more hours in my day to get everything done, and if I didn't have to sleep, but.
Right. All right. So I think we answered most of the questions.
Yeah, I'll give updates on it. I'm hoping that I can get some like showing the new stuff and the like videos that I can post too. I had a couple of videos when I tried to post a video when I think I was stitching around the applique, I called 911 by accident. That was good times. So I think I figured out a way that I can record that it looks pretty good. The one thing about the A1, it likes to move a lot. I think compared to other people, so when I put a camera on here, it's not very steady. So I had a way that I had like a yardstick taped and like this. So we'll see like if I can like figure out like a better way that I can record stuff and not be reliant on someone else recording my things and that they look good. But I'm hoping to get some and not call 911 by accident like I did.
Yeah, I
She
remember
was
you.
very nice about it. She's like, I said, I'm trying to quilt it. They called me back is what it was, because I was like, when I saw it was going through the SOS. And she called me back because they have to, and she got a good chuckle. I said, I'm trying to make a quilt video to post on Instagram. And she was like, well, that's a first for me. And I was like, yeah, me too. Call 911. I didn't even tell my husband. I didn't even tell Scott. We were downstairs, and I was like, I called 911 earlier. He was like, what? I was like, yeah, it was an accident. I was like, I was trying to do my video. So there you go. That's why I don't make videos, guys.
Awesome. All right.
But anyways, I'll keep everybody. I'll start posting more pictures. I got like my layout and everything. I'm done picking out. I think I'm done picking out. So hopefully, and get things going. And I'll announce like my new size knife that I've been contemplating. But I use them on all of those rulers and things.
So do you want to tell people like where your social media, where
Yeah.
do you are Instagram, are you Facebook?
Yep. So on Instagram, I'm the Quilted Pineapple. On Instagram, on Facebook, I'm Linda Hrcka, the Quilted Pineapple. Let's see what else. Oh, my website's thequiltedpineapple.com. You can find lots of goodies there. Let's see what else. I think those are the only. I'm not on TikTok. I don't know how to do that. That's probably an easy. It must be an easy way to do videos because people post them all the time. So, the one thing I love videos, but I love still photos too. Like when I go to Instagram now, it's crazy. Like everything's video, which they're beautiful. Don't get me wrong, but sometimes I just wanted to stop for a second so I can see what they're doing, or see what the houses or whatever. They're always taking me on tours and making motions. But so yeah, you can find me on Facebook, the Quilted Pineapple, Linda Hrcka, the Quilted Pineapple. You can find me on Instagram. Instagram is probably my favorite way to post, and then on my website as well.
All right. Okay, Linda, thanks for coming on.
Okay.
We so appreciate your time coming on to talk to
I
everybody.
appreciate being here. I was like sweating it out. I told Lisa, I was like, are we gonna do a dry run so we can see what it's gonna look like? Because I was so worried about it.
No, don't be worried about it. We just want to peek. We just want to peek into your world.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
We all want to touch the robe a little bit.
Yeah, everybody should be making this quilt because it is awesome. I was like, It is so beautiful, and I pretend that they're mine when they're here. And then,
They want to know if this one's going to be in a show.
yeah, if I that's the other thing. People are always like, why don't you put your quilts in show? I was like, I forget about them. I was like, I forget. Then I see all these people are like, oh, my quilts are good. I'm like, oh, I forgot. So maybe, I don't know. We don't quilt them for show. I mean, they're not show quilts. I'm grateful that they've done well because I'm just working my butt off in my pajamas usually and just trying to get it done for Lisa's deadlines that I miss. But I'm thankful that if they go to shows, so we'll see.
Yeah.
Those quilts are amazing. So I don't know. I'm always like in awe if my quilt can compete with their quilts because those quilts are awesome.
Yeah. They are. Your quilts are awesome. You make them 26 times better.
No,
adding
Lisa's
to
quilts,
them.
she sends them to me and they're beautiful. I just sit there and I don't even want to touch them because they're so beautiful. But I have enough.
All right. Thank you so much for coming on, Linda.
Thank you. I'm gonna
All
get
right,
back to work.
bye-bye.
I'm gonna change in my other clothes. Bye, everybody.
Bye. All right. Wasn't that awesome? She's so super talented. I would just like to just live over her shoulder for a couple days to watch how that all happens. I'm amazed with it. I could never do that. Nope. But some people just have those natural talents and we need to find out what they are. So hopefully we all can find out what we're good at, and what we're not good at, we just give that to somebody else who is very good at that. So that's why Linda and I make a pretty good team, and I'm very, very thankful and blessed that she is a part of this quilting journey with me. So I hope you loved Linda today. We will be bringing her on again, announcing when she will be teaching here at Primitive Gatherings, and I'm just going to warn you now. You got to sign up as soon as you see that. If you're really interested in her, you're going to have to do it like right away because they will fill up fast. So we probably will be getting that nailed down in the next month or two as our schedule fills up here. But let's go through and give away a few prizes for today. I hope that we answered most of your questions in the live feed. Just was catching them on notes. I was trying to read them, but thanks for making all the wonderful comments. And of course, that's how you can win here on our live. So if I do read one of your names off, please email us at store@primitivegatherings.us with your physical address so we can get these out in the mail to you. We just don't go in and look you up and find Carol Brandt and send it to Carol Brandt, because we could have the wrong one. So that's why we just don't do that. You need to work just a little bit more and send us that email so we know who to send these to. So let's see who gets the bee kit. Is Loretta Axt. You won the kit. Barney Stanton, you win this cute little Robin Pickens mini charm. And then we have Bossa Nova Batiks by Moda. These go to Sandy McIntosh. And then last but not least, Melinda Rathamel, you get Urban Gatherings too. I know Melinda, so that's awesome. Good job, Melinda.
I have a question for you.
Okay.
Do you know when you're going to auction the quilts for the Hogs for Heroes?
We just were talking about that. We want to wrap that up and get them their money. So next 2 weeks?
Next few weeks, yeah.
Next few weeks,
Yes,
we
we
are
get
going to
on the
do that.
schedule.
And we'll do it live on Facebook. Do you remember how we kind of did the little, hey, who wants this or whatever? We're going to do like a live feed where you bid on the item, and then we will contact you after you are the winner, and then you will pay for it. I think that's the best, easiest, fastest way to do it. And we will announce that plenty of time. We will do it in the evening, I think, so everybody can participate. So those of you who work like I do can participate. But anything else, girls, that we have before we wrap it up today?
Your shirt.
Oh, my shirt. Oh, yes. Look at my cool shirt. They came in yesterday. The girls were out there sorting them all for all your orders. Thank you for ordering them. I snagged a few for myself. And just did have a little note that we do have some extras. We will put them up on our website, and you will be able to order what we have left. If you can't order something, that means they're out of stock. So I don't think we will probably reprint some of them, but we'll let you know when we do that. Maybe some different colors and some different designs. But we appreciate it when you do order those as a pre-order, because that helps us know which ones are popular and which ones we should reorder. So we appreciate that. Thank you for that. And look for them probably shipping next week out to you. You won't get them next week, but probably, that's when they'll go out. So that's all I have for you today. Thanks for joining me. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you like, make sure you tell everybody about Primitive Gatherings, and we will continue to bring you these fun little interactive videos as well as tutorials and things going on in the shop. So thanks again, everyone. Bye now.